Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin, and this is your Texas Fishing Tips Weekly Fishing Report.
We're going to start off today here at the Yellow Cabins. We've been catching some good trout back here along the front and the back side of these two islands. When you've got a real strong southeast wind, come around here, start your drift on the south end of the South Island, drift across till you get through this hole. Right behind these two islands, you've got about 4 foot of water. From here to the grass line is where the majority of the fish have been, and we've been making long drifts, about 200-300 yard drifts from the tip of this island to the edge of the grass line and working through here. Now, as the winds shift around, there's a color change from the north side of the islands to the south side, and depending on the strength of the wind, this color change has moved from anywhere from the water line here to the north side of the islands here.
Moving over to the Badlands, we're going to start right here just south of Twin Palms. When you come across this bar right here, there's a few little cuts right in here. You drift across. I've been catching them with popping corks and live shrimp, just making drifts from here to the first set of cabins, making these drifts over and over and finding productive water. And if you find the fish closer to the cabins, then I cut the drift short and make little 150, 200 yard drifts between here and the cabins and not coming all the way to the ICW. And working my way to about right here is where I've stopped finding the fish. But from here to Twin Palms, that's probably the cleanest water I've found in Baffin Bay.
Now we're going to start here at Piniscow Point. Due to the strong southeast winds that we've had recently, I've been fishing the inside of Piniscow Point, working down this grass and down the rocks. If the wind's not too bad, I've been able to find the fish on the outside, but with the strong winds, the water's a little bit cleaner on the inside here. Now, if the wind permits and you can get on the outside here, this set of rocks here protects this shoreline, so you can actually come out here and work tight to the rocks, and it's pretty clear, and there's been a few reds and a few trout real tight to the shoreline.
Again, we've had some real strong winds, but this here in Rocky Slough up in Summerhouse has been protected. So I've been making some good drifts in here with popping corks and live shrimp, catching the majority of my fish close. As I get further out into Rocky Slough, I find less and less fish. The majority of the fish are from this cove here all the way into Summerhouse. This has been the majority of my fishing. There are some guys wade fishing in here, catching some big trout, but if you just want to come in here, we catch about 3 to 4 trout per drift. These drifts are about 200 to 300 yard drifts all the way to the shoreline. That's been real productive, and as soon as you find where they're holding from the ICW to the shoreline, come back and make that same drift over and over, and you can continue to catch those fish.
Okay, the majority of my trips have been down to the land cut in the strong winds due to the protection, and I've been fishing anywhere from Hap's Cut to the entrance to 9 Mile Hole. This stretch right here on the west side of the bank has been the most productive for black drum and trout. Again, we're catching these fish on shrimp, but I'm mainly using shrimp on the bottom with either a 1/2 ounce egg weight or a split shot to get it down, depending on how strong the current is. 9 Mile Hole has been very productive. Some of the Saturdays not as productive due to the redfish tournaments. There's been a lot of boats in here, but during the week, 9 Mile Hole has been holding good trout and a few reds. I come in here and I come all the way down. Instead of cutting across, I come all the way down to this grass line here, and then I cut in and run all the way down to about a mile past, maybe 2 miles past the airplane wing. And then I make long drifts all the way to this grass line, and this is where I'm catching the majority of my fish, right in here with popping corks and live shrimp.
Right off here off the JFK Causeway, just north of the bridge, here's a crash channel that I've been fishing, and what I've been doing is just trolling motoring down this grass line and this channel here until I find the schools of black drum. There's also been some good trout and a few flounder mixed in there.
most of the times I find the school right at the end of this channel where it opens up into the boat hole. If you sit there long enough, you'll be able to find them too, and they're usually balled up and they're usually on the surface. You'll see them swimming through on the surface. Unless it's real strong wind, then they'll be down on the bottom. But if it's not blowing too hard, they'll be up top. If it's blowing real hard, they get down to the bottom in that current.
Don't forget to go to Texas Fishing Tips to register for your weekly tackle t-shirt, as well as the Power Pool brought to you by Gulf Coast Marine. I'm Captain Grant Coppin. Thanks for watching.